Welcome back to Literocity. We are ready to get in the game, and what better place to talk about our summer reading program than here at Tropicana Field.
And today we're going to talk to some Rays about their love of reading. Can you remember your first childhood book or a favorite book that you had when you were little, or the first book you ever read?
I don't remember the first book I ever read, but I do remember The Cat in the Hat being a staple book around the house, and Dr. Seuss in general was probably some of the funnest reading that I did as a kid.
Well, now that you're an adult, how do you use reading in your everyday life, especially out here with your job as a baseball player?
Reading is an escape. You know, it's a way to learn about things that you may not be familiar with yet. It's a way to explore topics or places or things of interest that you may not be able to do on a daily basis. And so I think for me personally, the biggest thing is just picking things that I like in a book, whether it's a fiction mystery novel or finance. I love learning about that stuff. So anything that I want to learn about, you can find in a book. You can go to your local library and find books on anything and not have to go over to Greece to learn about the islands, or go to Egypt to learn about the pyramids, or anything that you want to learn about is in a book. And so don't be scared to pick up a new topic and be interested in the things that your friends aren't, or that you want to explore, and just enjoy it.
So we're talking about the importance of reading. Can you kind of tell us some great memories from your childhood, some of the books you remember growing up?
In high school, Of Mice and Men was really good for me. I enjoyed that. To Kill a Mockingbird was also, a favorite of me and my friends, at least when we were growing up. I believe that it helps you in life. It helps you communicate better with people and expand your vocabulary.
So we're doing a great push with literacy this summer, and just wondering, can you tell us one of the first books you remember reading, or some great books from your childhood, something that really shaped you?
I don't know the first, but I was always into, my dad would always have a lot of Sports Illustrated around. I know it's not a book, but that's how I really got into reading, was going through all those pages, always reading it and seeing the faces in the crowd section, which is like up and coming stars, and I always wanted to be in there. So I always remember reading the Sports Illustrated specifically for that.
Another part of our Pinellas County Summer Reading Get in the Game initiative is Reading with the Rays. It's a program where kids can earn cool Rays gear and tickets just by reading 24 hours this summer. All of the details are on the Rays website. And these players know all about the importance of reading in their daily lives.
Exactly. Being a good reader is huge for especially professional athletes that have to go through interviews every single day, helping me be politically correct with everything I say, helping me, portray a message that I want to portray to young kids everywhere, encourage them to do what they do and, work hard in school. That's something that I strive for my entire life. I'm fortunate enough to have a degree from a very good college, and it's sad to see not many people get that opportunity these days. So I'm really hoping for kids in the future to get the same opportunities I had.
Me personally, I've learned so much just reading, and you just grow so much as a person. You learn so many things. There's so many different kind of genres that you can read and help you grow as a person. So I definitely stress reading a lot, and think it's can only do great things for you.
So as you can see, we are not the only ones excited about literacy in this town.
And now let's join Chris Archer as he goes over to Campbell Park Elementary to share his love of literacy with the students.
How are you? Good to see you.
George watched the boys practice their batting and pitching. "Play ball!" shouted the umpire.
Being educated is the way to maximize your life these days. In the past, a high school education was good enough, and now it seems to be harder and harder. You need a college degree, and a lot of times a graduate degree, a master's degree to really advance in this world. And it starts at the lowest level. It starts in kindergarten, elementary school, building that interest in education, in reading, helping kids understand that it's cool to be smart, because you look around on TV and it's not really depicted that way. People get made fun of. Some of my teammates even give me a hard time jokingly. So it still exists, even in our age group, 25 to 30 years old. People give me a hard time about reading, but I'm so confident in myself and in my abilities when it comes to being able to process information and knowing about history and knowing what the leaders of today had to go through in order to be successful. And I wouldn't know any of that if I didn't read. So I think it's really cool. It's gotten me a long ways, and every successful person I know in this world is educated. Whether it's in the traditional sense or self-education, they're educated. So I like to spread that message to all kids that I interact with.
He held his bat in his hands and tossed the balls with his foot. That's what I do. When I pitch, I toss the ball with my foot to home.
I actually carve out an hour every day to read. I am busy, but I'm not too busy. I think it's very important. It's almost as essential as taking a shower or having lunch. We fuel our bodies with nutrition, and I think we have to fuel our mind with nutrition as well. So I like to read autobiographies. I like to read fiction. A couple fiction books I like, but really anything that can help me understand my true potential, whether that's reading about someone else's experience or whether it's reading a more introspective book that makes you look inside yourself. I love to grow. I love to, every single day, be a better person than I was yesterday. And I make sure that I carve out an hour every day to read. I wasn't a very big reader growing up, and it kind of put me behind. Fortunately, I was an athlete and relied on my athleticism, but not everybody's that fortunate. Even great athletes don't make a career out of playing sports. So one of the other main reasons why I'm here is to make sure that we're implementing these ideas of being smart and using your brain over your body, because your mind and your brain is going to take you a lot further in life than your body. I had a great mentor growing up, and once I was finished with high school, I made good grades, but I didn't ever maximize my mind, my thinking ability. My mentor, whenever I graduated high school, he challenged me. He said, look, you're making this choice not to go to college and to enter professional baseball, but I'm going to challenge you to be self-educated. Read anything, read everything. The good thing was I didn't have to read what the curriculum told me to read, and I think that's a lot of times as we get older in the middle school and high school, we're reading books that we don't enjoy, so we just think that reading is not fun because we're not reading anything that we enjoy. So I picked up a book and read something that I chose for the first time in my life. I'd never read a book cover to cover until I was 18 years old. But the books that they gave us to read, I was never interested in. Anyways, so I did that, read a book I enjoyed, and I was like, wow, this is fun. I can get lost, I can learn, I can remove myself from what's happening in the world. You know, we all have different issues and different struggles that are happening, and you can remove yourself from that and enter into a different world and a different realm and learn valuable life lessons at the same time.
When we come back, we'll head to Mellon Middle School to see how some students are taking the Hit the Books theme to another level. Literocity returns in a moment.